Since the dawn of time, there have been some pretty beefy hunks. Fast forward to 2010, and you have My Little Pony, which is no exception to the inclusion of beefy hunks. But there's not too many, as this isn't called My Little Beefcake Hunks Are Magic, although I would watch that. Alright, let's take a look at the top 5 beefiest hunks in My Little Pony. The 5th beefiest hunk on this list is a bit of a sad story, because while he might be a beefy hunk, he was also bullied for being a beefy hunk, and committed to death. This beefy hunk is Ironwill, and we saw him as the first beefy hunk in the show, coming slightly before Bulk Biceps. The reason he is so low on this list is because you can clearly see from this picture, it appears as if Ironwill missed way too many leg days. So, he's really only a beefy hunk from the waist up, but since his abs are so ripped, he finds his way on number 5. For number 4, we have a character we see in many of the episodes. You might not see this one, but hear me out. Number 4 is Spike. The reason Spike is such a hunk is because if you remember back in Season 2 in the episode Secret of My Excess, Spike grows bigger and bigger the grittier he gets, and by the end he turns into the MLP equivalent of Godzilla. And as you can see here, Godzilla's abs look harder than steel, and if you put Godzilla next to the Beefcake Spike, you can see that they literally just copy and pasted the exact same set of abs. I'm surprised there wasn't copyright infringement for that. For the 3rd beefiest hunk, we have a true legend in the world of beefy hunks. Because this hunk Master Supreme is actually Cheese Sandwich. Now if you're thinking to yourself, but wait, he isn't a hunk at all. How? Well, I'll tell you how he is actually a huge hunk. Cheese Sandwich is voiced by Weird Al, who is a world-famous bodybuilder. Weird Al actually wanted to have the Cheese Sandwich be absolutely ripped since the show based cheese around Weird Al, even giving younger Cheese glasses, much like Weird Al when he was younger. But Hasbro refused, and we only have this image to go off of how buff Cheese Sandwich can actually be. And from what I can see, Cheese is an Ultra Lord Beefcake hunksicle. Number 2, I really don't have any words to describe this in particular hunk, so I'll just let this video speak for itself.
I'm just gonna go to the gym, Mom. I'm just gonna go.
No beefy hunks allowed.
Truly a hunktacular surprise. And for the number 1 biggest beefcake in My Little Pony, we have a very unique character because it's not actually from MLP, but it is from a show that shares the same universe. You see, Lauren Foss married Craig McCracken, and seeing how Lauren created Generation 4 of My Little Pony, and Craig made the Powerpuff Girls, that absolutely means that MLP and the Powerpuff Girls shares the same universe. Trust me, that's how it works, as proven in the Season 3 Episode 14 episode entitled Double Rain Boom. This means that the number 1 spot for this list is proven to be canon, and number 1 beef hunk. And the number 1 beef hunk in MLP is Bunny from the Powerpuff Girls, because this episode is a like if you cry every time episode, and Bunny, you will be missed. Press H to pay respects.
Onions make bad air fresheners.